What is up, guys? Today I'm here to bring you a very serious video on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about max Bond CEs. Now, for those of you who don't know, at the end of each battle your servant will get a certain amount of bond points, and once they reach level 10 they will get their very own unique craft essence. Keep in mind, it can only be equipped to that servant. I play NA, so I'm going to be going over the NA servants, and since it takes a very long time to reach level 10, I'm only going to be covering those that I personally think are worth the time, or worth prioritizing at the very least. First off, we have Noble Phantasm. As long as said servant is on the field and holding the CE, all allies will get an extra 20% to their MP damage, including that servant. We have Baby Girl Mordred, Romulus, Francis Drake, Nikola Tesla, Hector, Mozart, and Mephistopheles. 30% extra MP damage for that servant. We have Sir Lancelot, Arjuna, Gilgamesh, Jean K, Sakata Kentoki, Cucullin Castor, Cucullin, Archer Emiya, Vlad, Arturia Alter, and Carmilla. Now I do want to mention that some of these CEs have additional effects, like Arjuna for example. On top of his MP bonus, his critical gather rate goes up 1000%. So he's getting all the stars. Put the stars in the bag. We're taking them hostage. An extra 15% buster effectiveness to all of your allies. Joan of Arc Alter, Leonidas, Joan of Arc, Lubu, Darius III, Edward Teach, and Zhuge Liang. An extra 20% buster effectiveness, but your party's defense will decrease by 10%. We have Charles Babbage, Gilles de Rais, Caligula, Gilles de Rais Castor. An extra 15% arts effectiveness for everybody on the field. We have Nero Claudius, Nero Claudius Bride, Saber Shiki, Dion, Li Shuan, Robin Hood, Uriel, Tamamo, and Medea. An extra 25% to critical damage for everybody on the field. We have Jack the Ripper, Eric Bloodaxe, Billy the Kid, Okita Soji, Rama, Bonnie and Mary Reed, Orion, and Oda Nobunaga. An extra 15% critical damage. For this one we only have Nursery Rhyme. An extra 15% to your attack. We have Iskander, Altera, and Arturia. An extra 15% to your quick effectiveness for everybody on the field. Ushiwakamaru, Alexander, Frankenstein, Skyhawk, Edmond Dantes, Atalanta, Thenno. My advice on this one, if you're ever placed in any circumstance that you have to put Thenno on the field, just quit the game, bro. It ain't worth it. Julius Caesar. Taking a look at Caesar for example. This is great, but is it good enough to keep Caesar on the field for that CE specifically? I don't know, man. If you're struggling like me and the best saber you can pull is fucking Tubbs over here, then maybe it is. Asterios, Sasaki Kojiro, and Phantom of the Opera. An extra 10% to your quick arts effectiveness. For this we have Shuten Doji, Karna, and Diarmu. An extra 8% to your arts, buster, and quick effectiveness to everybody on the field. For this we have Emiya Assassin and Hassan of the 100 Faces. Okay, so for CEs like this, there's nothing wrong with the CE per se. I would suggest that you have another CE ready so that you can see the difference when you put it on. Like 8% isn't a lot, but it does go to every card in the game. And if you're able to stack that on top of somebody that has something like 15% art, then you can really get something going. It will be an extra 10% on the art's damage and the art's MP damage. We have Fion and Hohenheim. Same thing as before. I'd only recommend this if you already have a CE in mind that you want to couple with this. You will get a craft essence that deals with healing. We have Nightingale, Irisville, Araj. Araj, for example, gives all his allies 5,000 HP when he dies, and it removes all debuffs. And Medea Lily, an extra 15% for critical star drops for everyone on the field. Arturia Santa Altar, Marie Antoinette, and Boudica. You will get a craft essence that gives you somewhat of a niche effect. I will have a list such as this one and healing in the description, that way you can take a better look at it. Cucullin Altar, a 30% increase on his MP damage, and he gets to use the Guts skill one time. Heracles, who gets to use Guts up to 3 times. And speaking of Heracles, this is probably one of the ones I'm hyped for the most. I mean, you gotta consider, okay, you get his stats up and you can do a Guts as soon as you start the battle. You let his CE do the other 3 Guts, and by the time the other Guts has cooled down from his skills, you'll be able to do it again. On top of his class effectiveness. That is insane. Astolfo, who gets a 30% increase to his MP damage, and he gets a one-time evade to all his allies once he enters the battle. Georgios, who has a CE that works when he dies, all of his allies get invincibility one time, and the damage from the opponent will be decreased for 3 turns. And Tamamo Cat, who increases the max HP of all her allies by 2,000 while she's on the field. If we were to put in CEs from the gacha, they might beat these out every time. I don't know. These are just something to take into consideration. You gotta ask yourself, is that servant even worth being on the field? Are they fragile? Do they die in 2 hits? Because they have to have the CE on them while they're on the field for it to work. So if they die 2 hits, then it's practically useless. If 2 servants get the same type of CE and you know one of those servants is better, clearly farm for the better servant. I left out servants like Siegfried. Sumanai, my boy, you just can't catch a break. But yeah, I left out servants like Siegfried who have 15% MP gain. You're better off going for 15% art effectiveness because it gives the exact same bonus plus more. And the reason I'm making this is because I've been playing the Rashomon event and I noticed I had Hassan of the Cursed Arm in my back line. Now, let me preface this by saying I fuck with Hassan the long way, alright? But I looked up his max Bond CE, an extra 20% chance of instant death? That shit is straight garbage. Booty, 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 booty. So if you're gonna spend all that time trying to get that max Bond craft essence, at least be grinding for something that was worth your time. Anyways, I hope this helped out. Let me know which one of your servants is getting the most love right now. Who has the highest bond in your squad? That about wraps it up. If you enjoyed the video, please like it up so we can get this trending. Feel free to add information as you see fit, and let me know what you guys think about it. It's your boy Saya. I'm out.
Me when I'm in album mode. You're not even top 5 as far as your label talent goes. You send shots, well I gotta challenge those. But I bring calicos to the Alamo. I could never have a Virgil in my circle and hold him back cause he makes me nervous. I wanna see my brothers flourish today.